Sir, Ankush sir. So yours is the first, sir. First presentation.
Okay.
Followed by Gopal Krishna sir, second, and Mr. Mallikarjun's is the third presentation. Okay, according to the thing, it will go. First, I'll do the formalities, and then we'll proceed for the presentations. I think we'll go with the. So.
Sir, now it's live, sir.
Live, okay,
Yes.
very fine. Link has been shared, Allah.
Yeah, link will be shared in the chat box, sir.
Okay, very
I'll
fine.
share the link in the chat box.
Very fine, very fine. Please share the link. Mr. Jayanand.
Yes, sir.
What time will allow them? I think now it is 5:05.
Yeah, sir. I will allow now, sir.
Please allow them.
Yeah.
Allow them. Hello, Mr. Jayanand.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, did you allow them?
Yeah. I'll allow them all, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, I think we will go with. We'll start with, I think Mr. Other two have not joined, Allah.
Yeah, sir.
Other two. Okay, no problem. No problem. Link has been shared. I think we'll start its time 5:05. So we'll go with anyway. Okay. All have entered, Allah. Whomsoever.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So today, on behalf of Mangalore Academy, so the Mangalore Academy is the venture of Abhidip Foundation. Abhidip Foundation from Mysore. So recently, we have started this Mangalore Academy in Hunsur. Hunsur, we have chosen the place, and that covers the whole belt to cater to the competitive the exposure for those rural the students we have planned out, and in this under this umbrella the coaching for IIT, JEE, NEET, and CET, and also foundation courses for class 9 and 10 for all streams we have planned, and for the commerce students it is CA and CS have been planned, the coaching, and even like UPSC and KPSC examinations, IAS and KAS, other examinations coaching also we have are in the pipeline. And even for students, Vedic maths, robotics, aero modeling, and handwriting, and along with other, even the need of the REs for the students now addressing the learning difficulties. So that also the experts we are planning to provide them. So these are all the things we have planned under Mangalore Academy. And for this today's the webinar titled "How to Crack IIT, JEE, NEET, and CET." So this to go with to understand and to crack how these exams are. So we have the eminent, the experts along with us. I would like to welcome the very first very young and dynamic Mr. Ankush N. Nayak, the director of expert group of institution Mangalore. To the world, you may be the person, but to one person, you may be the world. So with this quote, I would like to introduce her. I think all the August participants, I would like to highlight his about him and what are the achievements. I think a very familiar name in India, not only in India, I think abroad too. Those who studied in this expert, the group of institutions, so they are in higher positions across all the top institutions in the world. So that is the credit to his cap, feather to his cap, I should say. And that about him, he hails from Mangalore, and he is a researcher, technologist, and a musician. I always we think that those who are in science, those who are studying, they cannot excel in other field like co-curricular activities. I think he's different from all and a great musician and several achievements to his credit. He has completed like his academic excellence. If you see, Bachelor of Technology in Metallurgical and Material Engineering from NITK, Suratkal, he has done, and he has got research experience too as a research assistant in the Department of Material Engineering in a prestigious Indian Institute of Science, IISc, Bangalore. Many the dream of. And Mr. Ankush pursued and completed his Masters of Science degree in Material Science and Engineering at University of Arizona, United States of America. And he was there like gained experience of student administration as the president of the graduate student council of the College of Engineering, and as the College of Engineering representative in the graduate and professional student council. And he has pursuing his PhD in material engineering at NITK Suratkal, and he has earned even he is, I should say, he is good at even in the computer. What is the need of the hour? The digital certificate of digital transformation that speaks now. I think it helped during the COVID-19 pandemic. So he has come up with beautiful software, very useful software. I heard from the students personally, it is benefiting a lot, and it is user friendly, and accolades, got accolades from many circles, and academic brilliant. Ankush was awarded the Science Academic Summer Research Fellowship twice, 2011 and 12, and he has collaborated with Baba Atomic Research Center and Indian Institute of Science, and also has been international exchange students with Japan, that is Kagoshima University. He was there as in the student exchange program. And dear ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ankush is a professional musician, as I mentioned, and he plays sitar. Probably sometime I would like to see, sir, we would like to hear, and sometime later, and performed prestigious venues across the world, and he is a recipient of several awards, few to mention. And he won first place in All India Radio National Music Competition in 2009, and graded artist in All India Radio, my favorite always, All India Radio and Doordarshan. I think with this note, I extend my cordial welcome to Mr. Ankush Yen Nayak for this webinar. Welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so
A
much.
big round
Thank
of applause. I think sir deserves one big round of applause. Welcome to you, sir.
you.
And the next, if we see, I have a very seasoned teacher and a blessed teacher, and he hails from Udupi, so Karkala he hails from, and he is a man of virtues and a very hardworking, energetic, and always motivator for children, and having 27 years of rich experience in the field of the science, and he is the resource person for PUC students and even PU board. He is a resource person, and also under his guideship, so hundreds of students, I think thousands of in 27 years, they have cleared their board with the distinction. but hundreds of students, they have joined NEET and JEE. He's a freelancer in KCET and JEE. On behalf of Mangalore Academy, I extend a hearty welcome to welcome to Mr. Gopalakrishna Gore. Welcome to you, sir, for this webinar. Welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And the next is, I have a very young, and I know him from quite long. He hails from uh, Madanapalli, I think Andhra Pradesh. If you see in the globe which state most IITians and IAS, that is Andhra Pradesh. I have in my team Mr. Antri Mallikarjun. He hails from Madanapalli, Chittoor district, and he has studied IIT from Kanpur, and he got opportunity to study under a great scholar, Professor H.C. Verma. I think many people, they wish to be with such great teacher. He has written a book by name, I think all are familiar. This is Concept of Physics. It's a major reference book for the physics. So he has studied, and he has got experience in, he studied in IIT Kanpur and worked in IIT Kanpur. It is a blessing, I should say, and worked in, it's a hub of, this city is the hub of this competitive coaching, that is Kota, Rajasthan, in the institute by name Itus. He has worked, and Diksha also. When we started in HK's international school, he was with me, and he has got very good name. He worked there, and later now he is associating with the own company with a partnership by name IMSSC, that is Institute for Mathematical Sciences. So this is in Mysore now, in our own place. He's there, and achievement every year 40% of the students are joining JEE and NEET every year under his guidance. That is his credit. On behalf of Mangalore Academy, I extend warm welcome to you, sir, Mr. Mallikarjun, sir. Welcome to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir. So, and also I have my secretary of Abhideep Foundation, Mr. Mohan Kumar. Mr. Mohan Kumar LP, he is a very young and dynamic. He is working for as a secretary. Welcome to you, Mr. Mohan Kumar, for this wonderful webinar. Thank you so much. And also the trustee of Abhideep Foundation, Dr. Pramila, and also happy to say, my spouse, Dr. Pramila. Welcome to you, Dr. Pramila, for this webinar. Welcome to you. And,
Thank you.
and yeah, thank you so much. And also Mr. Prasad Reddy, Mr. Jayanand, Mr. Prasad Reddy is there.
No, sir, not yet joined, sir.
Not yet joined. Okay, Mr. Prasad Reddy, the team. He's a very, I should say, big motivator for me. Senior IIT faculty, author of the Target 100 book. He is joining shortly. Welcome to you, Mr. Prasad Reddy, and also my team leader of Mangalore Academy, Mr. Prabhakar. Mr. Prabhakar, hope he's there. Oh, Mr. Prabhakar, welcome to you. Welcome. So thank you so much for joining, and he's the team leader for Mangalore Academy, having put on 22 years of rich experience in teaching physics for across the region, across state, I should say. So welcome to you, sir, for the webinar. And also the team, the faculty members of Mangalore Academy, senior faculties like Mr. Kantaraj, having 30 years of experience, and Professor Nagaya, having 28 years of experience, all like across. So they are there here. Welcome to you all for this webinar. And with the immense pleasure, I extend my warm welcome to the esteemed parents and students across India. So they are today, they are attending this webinar. It's a very useful webinar, how to crack. And for all of you, warm welcome. and so that will certainly boost us to do more. And also, all those who are invitees and guests, and also the team, that Mr. Praveen and team, the technical team, extend a warm welcome to you all.
Thank
So,
you.
with this note, would like to start the first session. First session, many parents, the dream is to their wards to make them doctors. The doctors, it's the dream to make it happen. I have a very young and dynamic entrepreneur, and he is the backbone of such a good institution, that is expert group of institution. Over to you, sir, for your presentation on the NEET, how to crack NEET. Please, sir.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Ravi Kumar for leading his team into taking such an initiative to open an academy that will benefit a lot of students in rural areas, uh, and that too for such a wide variety of exams. And I think it is something that we have to applaud him for. I'm extremely happy to be here today as a part of this panel to talk about how students can prepare for NEET. Now, as Dr. Ravi Kumar rightly pointed out, many parents have this dream that their children must become doctors. But I think I would like to go one step further and say the dream should be not the parents, but the students themselves, right? So the students must dream both in the day and the night, and then convert that dream into a reality using their actions. And I think that is what they need to keep in mind while preparing for NEET. You're not just writing an exam, but you are preparing for your future. And once you have that in mind, I'm sure the students can and make this dream a reality. So I'm going to start off by highlighting the importance of preparation for NEET. I hope all of you can see the presentation. Now,
Yeah. Yes.
the talking about the importance of preparation, not just NEET, right? Any exam. As I said, it's all about a dream, about what you want to become, and this competitive exam is just a stepping stone to realizing that aim that we have. But specifically when it comes to NEET, we have seen that this exam has grown quite large, because I remember when I was in second PU, and back then we didn't have JEE main, there was AIEEE, and AIEEE was one of the largest exams that they conducted in India, because medical entrance was still happening mostly with the state level exams such as Karnataka CET. But now that NEET has become this single exam to get into any medical profession, be it MBBS or dental or some of the allied medical fields, the demand for NEET has grown to such an extent that last year, approximately 16 lakh candidates wrote NEET. Right? This is a huge number. I'll tell you why. Because there are only about 80,000 medical seats in India. You think about this percentage, 16 lakh people write it, but only 80,000 medical seats. That means only about 5% of the people who actually write NEET will actually get a medical seat at the end. This is a very, very small number. So it means that 95% of the people who write NEET don't actually get a medical seat. So it's very tough competition, probably more so than even much more difficult exams. I'm happy to say that at expert group of institutions, this average rate is almost 45 to 50%. But the national average, the fact is that it is about 5%, and that is not going to increase unless the number of medical seats increase. Of course, you may say that the government or there are new medical colleges coming, the private institutions may increase the number of seats, but that is not good either. We do not probably have the requirement and infrastructure to support that many number of doctors being produced in the country, right? So with the current system that we have about 80,000 seats, and only 5% of the students who write NEET are going to get through, which means it's very, very important to prepare for the exam. What makes the difference between every student who writes the exam and those students who are actually successful in the exam? It's that preparation. And once you understand the need for that preparation, then you can think about, oh, how do I prepare for this exam? Now, the first thing that you need to know is you need to know the NEET syllabus. All the information about the exam will be available on the NEET website, the website I have shown there. Right now, if you go there, you will not find any information about NEET 2021. But once the date is announced, definitely this information will be up on the website. First thing you need to know is we do not know when the exam date will be. They say it will be probably in the third week of June. That date might be announced soon, but do not worry about the exam date, because I'm sure based on our experience in the past year, things have become very, very uncertain, right? We do not know. They may announce a certain date. At the end, if there is some sort of a demand from the student community or the parent community, there is a chance that the exam dates might be changed sometimes. But that uncertainty should not affect the students in any way. If you are well prepared, you should be able to write the exam tomorrow if it is, right? Or if it is 3 months from now, 4 months from now, if you are well prepared, that date should not matter at all. You should be ready to write that exam anytime. So that is why preparation is key here. Now, what we will do today is to understand this entire process of going from where you are today to the day you write NEET 2021. Or for those students writing it in 2022, it does not matter which year you're going to write it in. But from the day one, if you consider today as day one, where you decide that you're going to prepare for NEET, to the day you write your exam, you can break it down into 4 steps. I call these 4 P's: plan, prepare, practice, and then perform. We will break down each of these and see how students can effectively plan as well as prepare and then practice and finally give out their best performance in the NEET. Talking about plan, it is very important to plan anything that you do. If you are trying to build a bridge from point A to point B, and imagine you start building if it's a very long bridge, most of the times they start building from both the sides. If you've ever seen the construction of a bridge, it's never started only from one side and goes to the other. No, they start from the 2 sides and then the bridges should meet in the middle. If you do not plan, then these 2 parts of the bridge might never meet each other. You might put in all the hard work that you want in building the bridge, but if the 2 sides of the bridge do not meet each other, then you cannot cross that bridge, right? So it's very, very important to plan. You need to know what direction it should be in, what is the height that the bridge should be in, what is the angle that the bridge needs to make with the different references. So similarly, here, when you prepare for NEET, there has to be a plan. If you know that you have so many months to go till NEET, then you need to make 2 schedules. One is a long-term schedule, other is a short-term schedule. A long-term schedule will help you understand what you're going to do, say 3 months from now, or 4 months from now, or 6 months from now. You need to know what you're going to do, a macro level plan, I might say, right? You need to divide it into phases, that you're going to finish so much of your entire syllabus within this time, and then you're going to do a revision or maybe take some mock tests in the certain months, and you need to have this long-term planning. But at the same time, you need to make short-term plans. It could be at the daily level, it could be at the weekly level, or at the monthly level, micro planning, right? Once you have both of these plans in mind, I cannot tell you what plan you need to make, because for every student that plan will be different. Once you know your strengths and weaknesses, you know how much time you take to grasp something, you know how much time you take to read something and understand something. Based on that, you need to make a very, very realistic plan. But making a plan is not enough. Once you make that plan, you need to stick to that plan, right? You've made your long-term and short-term schedules, and now you'll go around boasting everywhere that, see, I've planned everything. I have this schedule, I have this timetable, I'm going to get 720 out of 720. It doesn't work that way, right? You need to stick to that schedule, because it's human experience. I think all of you will relate to this, that we are all very good at making plans, but very bad at sticking to them. I think the difference between achievers and non-achievers is that they make up their mind and they work towards that, right? So you have to stick to that schedule. And one thing that will help you stick to that schedule is minimizing all the distractions. Students of the age 16 and 17 are easily distracted. It's a reality. You have mobile phones these days, which, thanks to social media, can get very, very addictive and very distracting. You may spend sleepless nights simply scrolling through the social media feeds on Instagram or Facebook, or looking at various people's statuses on WhatsApp. It is not productive to any extent. It does not help you do anything at all, right? Will that help you achieve your goal right now is the question. If something helps you achieve whatever you have in mind right now, then go ahead and do it. But surely, if doing something does not add any value to what you want to do, it's not worth doing it right now. There is a time and place for everything. And when that time comes, you can see what to do then, right? So minimize distractions like mobile phone, TV. When I say TV, I don't just mean TV, cable TV, but also we're talking about so the platforms like Netflix or Prime Video. You have a lot of TV series online and movies which can get addictive and take a lot of your time. You want to watch one episode of this web series, and then they leave it at such an ending, a cliffhanger, that you want to watch the next episode, right? And especially now that we've gotten used to being at home for the past several months, and these things can make us lose sight of what we have in mind for the future. So avoid all of this. Don't use a phone. You don't need a mobile phone right now, right? If you're watching any online classes, I would recommend you use a laptop or a PC, because there is actually less distractions on that than a mobile phone. If you're trying to watch online classes on a phone, you get notifications in between. It might be just a small WhatsApp notification, and then you want to click on that, and then it leads to something else, and you just keep watching a lot of things which are not necessary for you at that point of time. Next point is get sufficient sleep. Avoiding distractions is one thing, but you also need to get sufficient sleep. When I say sufficient sleep, don't sleep for 10 hours or 11 hours a day. Sufficient means what is necessary for a healthy lifestyle. At this stage and at this age that you're in, 6 to 7 hours of sleep is extremely perfect. Don't sleep less than 6 hours. Okay, some people have a habit of studying very, very late into the night, and then remember, the body has its own time or a clock that runs inside. And if you start sleeping very late, then probably you will not be alert and active the next morning. And that is going to have a chain reaction and affect your productivity throughout your academic journey. So get sufficient sleep. That is 6 to 7 hours. If you sleep at about 11:30, get up by 5:30 or 6. I think that should be the best thing that you can do. Also, eat healthy and stay healthy. Why do I put this here? If you fall sick, right? If you fall sick right now, how many days of your preparation is it going to take from your life? If you fall sick, you will not feel like studying. You will not be focused. You will not feel like reading or working out problems, or you will not be at the top of your mind. So only if you are focused, you can study. And to be focused, you need to be healthy, which means avoid eating junk food, Avoid eating food that makes you lazy. Avoid eating food that can make you sick. If you get food poisoning, you will feel weak. You won't feel like studying, right? So these are all parts of your planning. Unless you plan, you will not be able to get into the next 3 steps of preparation, practicing, or performance. So plan well. Once you plan, you come to the preparation stage. Now, when I say prepare, I already mentioned at the beginning, know the NEET syllabus, know everything about NEET. Go through the NTA NEET website that is there. Okay, once the date is announced and the content on the NEET website has been updated for the next year, go through that website, understand the syllabus. Why do I say know the NEET syllabus? Because as you are all aware, from the board syllabus, some of the syllabus has been cut. There has been a reduction in the syllabus in the board, but NTA does not show signs of reducing anything from the syllabus, and it makes sense because these are entrance exams, which means that you need to know a minimum of whatever is in the syllabus to enter into whatever field you are going in next. So it does not make sense to cut any amount of portions from the syllabus. And recently the director of NTA also, there was a video circulating that they do not intend to cut anything from the syllabus. And you need to be prepared for everything, right? So know the NEET syllabus, go through the website, and do not underestimate NCERT books. We'll come back to this later. You will understand why. Do not underestimate NCERT books, because a major part of NEET questions have been heavily influenced by NCERT. Not just textbooks, it could be even inside the textbook, it could be these illustrations, it could be the problems, it could be some small concepts, definitions, something in those blue boxes, it could be your NCERT exemplars. NEET, lot of heavy influence with NCERT. So make sure that every page, every section of NCERT, you are perfect with that. And when you study, don't just study, just reading is not enough. Prepare your own notes. If you prepare your own notes, you know what you have understood. Reading somebody else's notes, reading what somebody else has given you, there will be a lot of study material out there, but reading something else will not make you understand. You need to read and then prepare your own notes in a way that you understand, so that when you revise later on, you are very confident about what you have written, and it becomes very efficient to revise that later on. So prepare notes when you study. It's also a proven fact that when we write and learn, we actually grasp better. Because especially with NEET, unlike with JE, where in JE you work out a lot of problems, you get exposed to all sorts of problems, and you keep working and keep practicing, and then you develop your own compendium, I would say, where you have your own shortcuts and formulae to crack those questions. In NEET, your fundamentals have to be very strong. You need to be exposed to a lot of cases rather than just problems. If you're talking about especially when we talk about physics, right? If you talk about laws of motion, there are a lot of these different cases that you see when it comes to inclined planes or pulleys. I'm just giving you an example. Get exposed to all the cases that are out there, so that you have your fundamentals that are very strong. And all of you will know what you are weak in. Focus on those weaker topics. How do you know what you are weak in? When you read, there will be certain things that you may not understand immediately. Or when you're answering practice tests or mock tests, you know that there are certain kinds of questions that again and again you are probably not scoring much in those topics. So focus on those weaker topics. Ask your teachers to help you. Develop strong fundamentals. Make sure that your concepts are very clear. And last but not the least, do not ignore mathematics. I repeat, do not ignore mathematics. Now you may ask, sir, NEET has only physics, chemistry, and biology. Why are you telling do not ignore mathematics? Now, this is a mistake that everybody does. Remember, if you ignore mathematics, you are going to score poorly in physics and chemistry. Take my word. Mathematics is very, very crucial to not just scoring well in NEET, but also in your future life as well. The field of medicine is changing. Just this morning, I was interviewing one of our expert alumni who is an orthopedic surgeon. And he was telling me about how important mathematics has become, be it with robotic surgery or a lot of things, right? But now let's constrain our discussion to this exam that you are focusing on, NEET. If you do not have a strong hold on mathematics, especially topics like vectors, you need to know complete vectors and the basics of trigonometry, basics of differentiation, basics of integration. Unless you know these things, I'm sure all of you will agree that physics and chemistry will become extremely difficult. So make sure that your mathematics concepts in vectors, trigonometry, differentiation and integration, these are very, very strong. Go through, okay, next we will go through our third P, that is practice. Go through your NEET sample papers and previous year's question papers. NEET sample papers are available on the NEET website. Previous year question papers are also available. They are available in many books as well. When I say go through, don't simply read, just flip through the pages and go through. Practice it just like you are writing a real test. In fact, it will be very good if you practice it during the time that the NEET is done, so that your brain learns to be alert during that time. So if the actual NEET exam is conducted between 2 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and we all know that after a lunch, 2 to 5 p.m. is probably not our most active moment. We are drowsy. Even students sitting in class might get drowsy. But I would recommend that if you are writing your practice tests, write them during the time that the actual NEET is going to be. That way your brain learns. The brain requires some time to learn. You cannot do this at the last moment. Practice as many previous year's question papers, because a lot of questions in NEET are not very original. This is the reality of NEET. A lot of them are very similar to questions that have been asked before. So if you are exposed to a lot of problems from previous years, you will be able to crack a majority of the questions in NEET. So there are two things we have realized now. One is NCERT. 100% you need to know NCERT and previous year's question papers. These will help you go through that threshold of average performance in NEET, right? And then write as many mock tests as you can in a realistic exam environment. I already spoke to you what a realistic exam environment is. Make sure the timing is almost same as the exam. If possible, ask somebody to invigilate you, right? So that you do not have the tendency to look for the answer somewhere or cheat. You need to create that pressure, because NEET is very good at testing how well you perform in pressure. So create that pressure environment. Once you write these practice papers, review them after you're done. You go through the answers, review them, identify your weaknesses and correct them early. When I say correct them early, don't wait till the last moment. Identify these months in advance and then see where you are weak and try to get stronger in them. Also, as you keep practicing, preparing, it can get hectic and you may get fatigued. Don't worry, take scheduled breaks. What do you mean by scheduled break? Scheduled break is not, okay, I've been studying for a few hours and now I'll take a break. I'll sleep for another 2 hours and then come back. No. Scheduled breaks mean you need to first fix when you are going to take a break. Otherwise, you'll feel like taking a break at every moment. Every half an hour, you'll feel like taking a break. No. Fix a timing for the break. Fix how much duration the break should be. So if the break is going to be, say, a 10-minute short break where you do some breathing exercises or just do some stretching exercises, it helps you rejuvenate yourself and refresh yourself. Okay. Or if you've been studying for quite a long time, take a 20-minute walk and then come back, and you will definitely be more productive. And one more, when you're practicing these practice questions, fill your OMR sheet side by side. You know what an OMR sheet is, right? This is the sheet where you mark the answers. I see that a lot of you are raising your hands and probably typing questions in the chat box. I will answer these towards the end of my presentation. You fill your OMR sheet side by side, which means that when you're practicing your test and you have OMR sheets, if you're doing it at home, don't worry. A lot of neat OMR sheet examples will be available on the web. You can download them and print them out and practice filling the OMR sheets. And there is this very bad tendency of some students to uh, solve all the answers and then fill all the OMR at the end, right? They just solve and mark it in their question paper and then finally solve everything and then fill the OMR sheet towards the end of the exam. Never do that. If you do that, you are going to regret it during the exam because you will be in pressure. There are a lot of things that can happen. If you try to fill your OMR sheet at the end, you will probably make wrong matches or wrong filling. For example, question 1, say D, question B, question 2, C, question 3, D, question 4, you will mark it for question 5. You won't even see it. And then every answer after that, you will mark for the wrong question, which means even though you have solved everything, your entire neat paper can get messed up if you do not practice filling the OMR side by side. Side by side means I finished question 1, see question 1, mark it immediately, then go to solve the next question, right? That way, every time you are matching question and question paper, you see the question, you see the question number in the OMR sheet as well, and you're matching them side by side. Only then you will have accuracy in your answers. The last P that we want to talk about, and probably the most important one, is perform. The day of your exam. Of course, the planning for perform should start when you're practicing itself, but you need to develop a strategy. Know the exam. You know in NEET, there are 45 questions in physics, 45 questions in chemistry, 90 questions in biology. You get 4 marks for every correct answer and minus 1 mark for every wrong answer. And the maximum marks is 720. Now, you have to make a strategy to maximize your performance, right? It's common sense. You need to make sure that your performance is the best on that day. So you have to make a strategy for it. And NEET is specifically designed to test your performance under pressure because it's a medical entrance exam. This is what doctors do. You have a surgery, sometimes for hours together, and the life of the patient is at stake. You will be under extreme pressure, and they want to test how you do, how stable you are mentally during that moment. So NEET is designed in the same way, 180 questions in 3 hours. On an average, you get 1 minute per question, right? And some questions can be difficult. So it is designed to test your performance under pressure. But when you make your strategy to crack through that pressure, every subject is different and needs a different approach. Don't think that there is one strategy for the entire exam. No. We will see what kind of strategy you can adapt. This is one strategy. It may work for you. If you think that it is going to work for you, start practicing with that strategy. You may have to modify that strategy a little bit to suit your style of answering questions, your understanding of the subject. Okay, so we know that every subject is different, needs a different approach. We will see subject by subject. Now, although it's 45 questions in physics, 45 in chemistry, 90 in biology, I would recommend that all of you start with biology. I'll tell you why. You know, whenever you have your exams, generally, right, a 3-hour exam, there is this habit that especially your board exams, subjective exams, first 2 hours we take it in a very light manner. We write the answers very relaxed way, and then that last 1 hour we write as much as we wrote in the last 2 hours. There is this pressure that starts building up that, oh, the time is less, and then we start making mistakes. For NEET, your strategy has to be put your best effort from the beginning. Take that pressure, some of that stress that you are going to keep towards the end, take it towards the beginning. Try to be as quick as possible at the beginning. And the easiest section in NEET is biology, of course, right? It is, first of all, you need to remember that biology is not a 1 hour paper. NEET biology is not a 1 hour paper. Don't think that you have 180 minutes, 3 hours, 3 subjects, I'm going to divide it 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. No. Biology, if you ask any of the good scorers in biology, they do not take more than 37 to 42 minutes to finish biology paper. Okay. So because biology is going to be heavily inspired from NCERT, there are going to be a lot of questions that have come directly from NCERT, and you either know, they're mostly concept and fact based questions, right? You either know the answer or you don't know the answer. There is no in between. You either know it or don't know it. So therefore, don't review. Which means, when I say do not review, it means, say you have skipped question number 10 because you do not know the answer. You reached question number 15 or 16, and then suddenly you think that, oh, let me again try question number 10. You may know the answer, but remember, if you start going backwards to a different question, that is going to be extremely costly for you. You are going to lose a lot of precious time, and the flow and the momentum is lost, and you will regret it later on. So in biology, do not review at any cost. You know the answer, mark it. If you do not know the answer, go to the next question. And your preparation of biology should be such that out of the 90 questions, at least 87, 88 questions easily you should be able to answer. Biology is not difficult. 87, 88 questions easily you should be able to answer. This has to be your preparation. Without preparation, you will not be able to crack it in 40 minutes. So don't think that directly tomorrow I can go without any preparation and do it. No, it is easy when you're prepared for it. Okay. So prepare in such a way that you will hardly take 40 minutes to finish that. And do not review any of the questions. You know it, answer. If you do not know, move. Next, as soon as you're done with that 40 minutes of biology, immediately move towards chemistry. You can take 1 hour to answer chemistry. Okay. You take 1 hour to answer chemistry, not more than 1 hour. Keep that limit of 1 hour. So we took 40 minutes at the beginning, then 1 hour for chemistry. And in chemistry, you have two kinds of questions. Inorganic and organic chemistry will be mostly concept or fact based, just like how we had in biology. These will be mostly from NCERT. So there you know the answer or you do not know the answer. So again, inorganic and organic chemistry, don't review these questions. If you know the answer, write it. If you do not know the answer, move ahead. Don't keep jumping between question to question and coming back and going forward again. Don't do that. You'll waste a lot of time searching for these things. Inorganic and organic chemistry, but you need to be prepared. A lot of reactions in organic chemistry, a lot of mechanisms. You have to learn the concepts. Don't do rote learning. Don't simply by heart the concepts. You have to understand it at a fundamental level. If you understand it, it is not very difficult, right? So quickly go through inorganic and organic chemistry, then get into physical chemistry questions. Now, physical chemistry questions. So remember, there were three things now: biology, inorganic and organic chemistry. Do not review these. But when it comes to physical chemistry, now here it is your calculation strategy that matters. You have your calculations. And if you see that if some of you have already written any practice test, you will realize that you simply scribble your calculations anywhere on the question paper. And then later when you want to go and review it, in physical chemistry, take your time to review the questions. Don't worry. Okay, because you need to make sure that your calculations are right. When you go back to review it, you will find it difficult to find already half worked problem that you have because you have scribbled it randomly on your question paper, and now you will have to start working out that problem again. So in physical chemistry, of course, in the question paper, the space is limited. So make a small line, small section next to the question itself, and very neatly do the calculations there, so that later when you come back to that question, say you have worked out half and you are coming back to that later when you have time. When you come back to that question, you need to be very clear what you worked out, which question it is related to, and where you left it, so that then you can continue from where you left it, right? So physical chemistry, you can review it, but make sure that the entire chemistry segment only takes about 1 hour. So you're done with 40 minutes of biology, 1 hour of chemistry. Next, move to physics. Now, physics is the defining section. Now remember, if I ask you from in your board exam syllabus, which is your favorite section of the question paper, you will say it's that the last 5 mark questions. Why? Because you get option in that, right? You don't have to answer all the questions. It says answer any 4 questions out of the 6 or 7 questions that are given. So you always have that reduction of stress when you have a choice. So when you talk about physics paper, don't think that it's a 45-mark question paper here. Okay, don't think it's a 45-mark question paper. It is a 35-mark question paper. I'll tell you why. You may say, what is happening, right? All 45 questions are compulsory, right? Yes, but think of it as a 35-mark question paper. I'll tell you how it is justified. Okay. Now remember, in physics, you have about 16 to 17 questions. If you look through the past so many years of NEET and before that the AIPMT papers, about 16 to 17 questions will be definitely heavily inspired by NCERT. You can verify this, you can check this. About 16 to 17 questions will be heavily inspired by NCERT. So if your NCERT preparation is good, then these 16 to 17 questions you will crack. Another 14 or 15 questions will be similar to previous year's question papers. So previous year question papers, you had your sample question papers or previous year question papers that you go through. About 14 to 15 questions in physics will be very, very similar to those. So if you have practiced those previous year's question papers well, it should not be difficult. Which means about 30 to 35 questions you can easily answer in 1 hour time. Which means you are not getting, unlike if you are answering 45 questions in 1 hour versus answering only 35 questions in 1 hour, which means you get almost 1 hour 50 to 53 seconds, sorry, 1 minute 50 to 53 seconds, almost 2 minutes for each question. So take 1 hour to solve the 35 questions, right? Once you have solved 35 questions in 1 hour, now remember, you took 40 minutes for biology, 1 hour for chemistry, and 1 hour to answer 35 questions in physics, which means you still have 20 minutes left, which you saved in biology, right? Use those remaining 20 minutes to answer another 5 questions. That's all. 5 questions. Remember, already those 35 questions, if you have answered right, you have already got 140 out of 180 marks in physics. 35 questions, if you have answered right, you have got 140 out of 180 questions in 140 marks out of 180 marks in physics. So use that remaining 20 minutes that you have to answer another 5 questions in physics. That will make a huge difference. And you should be easily able to score about 160 out of 180 in physics. If you can, definitely, I'm not saying if you're a brilliant student, you can answer all the answer questions, go ahead. But for most students, this has to be your strategy. You need to maximize your performance, right? So I hope you understood. To summarize that, biology, not more than 40 minutes, and do not review your questions. Then 1 hour of chemistry, out of which inorganic and organic chemistry, don't review those questions, answer what you know, leave out what you don't know. Then physical chemistry, keep your calculations neat and make it organized in the question paper so that you can always go back, review it, and you won't waste time. Then physics, answer 35 questions in 1 hour. These 35 questions will be directly from NCERT or from previous year's question papers, with only some numbers being changed or some small changes in the questions. And then use the remaining 20 minutes to answer at least another 5 questions. If you can answer 7 to 8 questions, even better, right? So that out of 45 questions, at least 40 to 43 questions you should be able to answer. This should be your strategy in physics. Now, before I end, I want to point out some common mistakes that students do while preparing for NEET. One is you made the timetable, but not following the timetable, right? It takes effort. It doesn't come easy. When you make a timetable, every day you have to make sure that you stick to that timetable and you are dedicated, devoted to that timetable. Second, having a very hectic schedule. If you make your schedule so hectic that you're studying late night and then you want to get up very early in the morning, and within a few days you're going to be very fatigued and unhealthy, and then your productivity is lost, nothing will get into your brain, and then you will stop preparing for the exam effectively. So don't keep a very hectic schedule. I've already stressed the importance of taking regular scheduled breaks and making a realistic schedule. Third mistake that students do is ignoring NCRT. Every page of NCRT, every word should be registered in your mind. Do not ignore NCRT again. Okay. Another common mistake is reading too many books. Students want to sometimes say that I have read this book, that book, you name 10, 15, 20 books and you say, I've read all these books, I've gone through all these books. But question is, how effectively have you done it? Right? So rather than reading too many books, first go through NCRT, go through a few other books and try to make sure that you are 100% sure about what you have studied. You do not need more than that. Okay, so don't be in a competition to read a number of books. It's the quality that matters. Okay. Another mistake that students do is ignoring certain subjects or topics, thinking that, oh, this is not very important, that is not very important. Remember, things can change very quickly. You may think it is not important, but that one question might make or break your dream. So do not ignore any subject or topic. Make sure that every subject, every topic, every page of your syllabus is thoroughly prepared for. One more mistake, I've already mentioned this, is filling OMR at the end. Why am I stressing this again? Because it's a very common mistake that students do. Don't fill your OMR sheet towards the end of the 3 hours. Fill it as soon as you solve the question, fill the OMR sheet then and there. That will avoid a lot of trouble for you later. Okay. And one of the major common mistakes is not sleeping enough on the night before the exam. So if the exam is on a particular date, the previous night, make sure you're calm and composed and sleep well. Because if you do not sleep well, when I say sleep well, again, about 7 hours you sleep, not more than that. If you don't get that sufficient sleep, the healthy sleep, what I'm talking about, then during the exam, you will not be at your most alert state. If you are not alert, you may not even, you'll just look at the question paper and your brain will be wandering somewhere else. You will not even understand that question, even if you have done it 100 times before. So make sure that your brain is alert and focused during that exam. I would like to end my session, my part of the session by saying you don't get results by focusing on the results. You get results by focusing on the actions that produce those results, right? So don't focus on what rank you're going to get, what marks, how much marks you're going to get. Focus on what you need to do to get that rank or achieve your dream, right? With this, I thank you all for being a wonderful audience, and I would also like to thank Abhideep Foundation and the team of Dr. Ravi Kumar for inviting me for this talk, and I will be happy to take any questions if that can be done. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. So for your valuable inputs. I think what expected need of the hour, I think you have highlighted probably the formula of 4 P's. All my students, they should remember. Probably if they remember these 4 P's, certainly they can do wonders. I think one question, sir, we'll take the question. One Miss Sinchana has asked a question. Is there any study materials other than NCRT books? She has asked.
Yes.
Anything you
So first, I would like to tell Sinchana that definitely there are a lot of study materials out there. There will be a lot of the major publications have their study materials. Even Expert has her own study materials, right?
Yes.
But the thing is she already sure that her NCRT she has done completely, right? If she has not studied NCRT, don't move to some other study material before you finish NCRT. There are a lot of study materials. The whole point is you get exposure to everything. So definitely, once you finish going through NCRT completely and revising it, then you can move to any major publication you can take. I don't have to name anyone because many of them, a lot of common things are there in those study materials. So take any major publication, go through their study material as well. I would rather recommend once you finish the concepts of NCRT, because NCRT books are very good. Once you finish the concepts, rather than go for a different study material, I would say go through the previous year question papers and the sample papers, because that would probably benefit you more in understanding your strengths and weaknesses before moving on to any other study material.
Okay, thank you. I think hope Ms. Sinchana's question has been answered. I think because of the paucity of time, sir, at the end we'll take, sir, few more questions
Sure.
because other two the experts are waiting. So now we'll move to the other the panelist, the most senior the person in the group in the panelists, that is Mr. Gopala Krishna Gore. Sir, I'll over to you, sir, to present about, I think many in the Karnataka state, it's a KCET. KCET, how to go for. So before handing over, sir, I would like to take polls, sir. I think I should know whether they are awake. So I would like to take a poll. So can we have Mr. Jayanand? Can we have a poll?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Can you put the question? Others, my dear students and others, the poll is here now. The question is, which course do you wish to join? I think you have to answer. Oh, very nice, very quick enough. They are answering KCET, NEET, and IIT JEE. So, which course they wish to join? So now out of 120 plus participants, 54 have answered. I think others quickly, if you answer, probably we can move to the next.
Sir, shall I end the polling?
Yeah, please. I think it's time is ticking away. Yeah,
I will
please.
share the results, sir.
Yes, please. Okay, the result, it is showing 56%. That is the highest NEET they wish to do. I think they wish to become the doctors and other courses they wish to do. And the second is KCET, very close to IIT. It is 40% for KCET they wish to pursue. And the next is IIT JEE, 31%. Not bad. I think by this, I think we can understand more they wish to pursue in the medical field. So thank you so much, Mr. Jayanand. Now over to the next speaker, Gopala Krishna Gore, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
My dear students and parents, so ಇವತ್ತು
Yes, sir.
ನಾವು ನಿಜವಾಗಿಯೂ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾತ್ಮಕ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾತ್ಮಕ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಗಳನ್ನ ಎದುರಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ, ಸಹಜ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ. ಇಂತಹ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾತ್ಮಕ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಜಯಗಳಿಸುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರ್ವ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. KCET ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ CET ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್, ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಮೊದಲಾದಂತಹ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಮುಕ್ತವಾದ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ರಹದಾರಿ ಇದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಹೌ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ CET. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ದಯಾನಂದ್ ಸರ್.
Yeah, 1 minute, sir.
Any issues, Mr. Dayanand?
Yes, sir. Start explaining, sir.
Yeah, please. I request our eminent speakers to stick on to the time, because we have already now 6:05. I think, sir, please take your time, sir, but within probably 15 minutes, probably we will have it, sir.
Okay, sure.
And I request, sir. Yes. Your screen is ready, sir. Please.
Next slide, please. Next slide. Dhanand sir.
Yeah.
So ಈಗಾಗಲೇ JEE, CET ಆರ್ ನೀಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಂಕುಶ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ CET ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ವಾಹಿನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ JEE ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ less than 5% ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಚೀವ್ ದಟ್ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನವರಿಗೆ, ಕೇವಲ ಕೆಲವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ CETಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಆರ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಸೊ ಇದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ CETಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸರ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್. ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್. Know the syllabus and exam pattern thoroughly. ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ NCERT ಅದೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್, 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್, ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ 60, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ 60, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ 60 ಆರ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 60 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೂ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎರಡನೇದ್ದು, ವೆಯ್ಟೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಆರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ವೆಯ್ಟೇಜ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC. ದ ವೆಯ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ, ರೇ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೇವ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ CETಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಾಧಾನ್ಯತೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯು ಮೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ 3 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸರ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್. ಸಾಧಾರಣವಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಏನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ವೆನ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿ. ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನನಗೆ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ನನಗೆ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಥವಾ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ. ಆದರೆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ 3 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಅವರ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು PCB ನೀಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ವೆಟರ್ನಿಟಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿ, ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಈಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್. ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ PCB ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ದೇ ಆರ್ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರರ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿನ ಡಿಸೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟನ್ನು ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವರಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಗಿವ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, acceleration, momentum, force. The meaning of that word should be known. On the basis of that, we can able to solve the problem. So therefore, NCERT ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಓದಿದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆದ ಹಾಗೆ CETಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ನೋ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ NCERT ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್. NCERT ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUCಯ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾವ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದಲೂ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ NCERT ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಫಾಲೋ NCERT ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಟೈಲ್. Next, please. Next, make short notes of important formula and revise often. ನೂರಾರು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆಗಾಗ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಿ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ದೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೆ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್. ಸರ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 60 minutes ಫಾರ್ ಈಚ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇನ್ ಎ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಟಫ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಟೈಮನ್ನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಎವರೇಜ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಟಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 4-5 ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ ಹಾಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಸಮಯ ಸಿಗದೇ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ತುಂಬ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅನುಭವ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ JEE ನೀಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ CETಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಓದಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗದಿದ್ರು, ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗದಿದ್ರು, ಕೊನೆಯ 5 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಟಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಲಾಭ ಆದರೂ ಆದೀತು, ನಷ್ಟ ಅಂತೂ ಖಂಡಿತ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ನೆಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, CET ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್. ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ 2 ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ 60 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ. ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ 60 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೀಕ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಕ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಯಾವ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನೀವು ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ರೇ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೇವ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್, ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ, ಸೊ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ವೀಕ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್. ದೆನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸಿನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸಿನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾಕೋ ಏನೋ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೆಕ್ಚರರ್ಸ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಲಕ್ಕೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನರ್ವಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್. ಆದರೆ CETಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ, CETಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, read the questions carefully and decide the approach. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದ ಹಾಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೆಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ನಾವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಲಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಓದುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ರೀಡ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫರ್ಗಾಟ್ to concentrate a single word, then once again there may be a problem to solve such problem. By looking into options, decide the suitable approach and proceed. So by looking into the options, so for example, if you read the question carefully, You can't immediately come to the decision that which formula to be used. If you concentrate on the answer, then that answer may contain sin theta or cos theta like that term. Then you can able to think in that manner. The your answer should be contain sin theta or cos theta, which trigonometric formula to be used to such problems, etc. Then go for shortcut methods to save time. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೆವೆರಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ preferably go for shortcut methods so that you can save a large time. If you if two or more options are relevant, then go for most relevant option. It is most important point. Sometimes if you read the question and if you read the options, then every option is looks to be correct, but in the case of CET, only one answer should be correct. Therefore, you have to take the most relevant option and answer the simple questions carefully. Many times in CET like examination, we are really test the common sense of a student. We are going to misguide the, yes, we want to create the confusion in a student's mind. So therefore, even though the question is looks to be simple, while answering, please be careful in answering such a question. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತರ ಒಂದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಉತ್ತರದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಧಾವಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. So next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes. So methods of solving the question. Number one, the direct method. Question. If you read the question carefully, there are four options. Find the or the search the suitable answer and tick it. And the second one, apply relevant formula and simplify. Here you have to write the relevant formula and then simplification is required. Simplification requires a certain time, and now you have to solve your you use your common sense, and so that you can get the answer finally. The third one, elimination of option. If you go for option, for example, the last two options are not at all relevant, delete them and come to the conclusion whether the first option is correct or second option is right. So like that, this is the method by which you can get the correct answer. And finally, there is the trial and error method. Trial and error method. Sometimes which answer is correct, sometimes. So that type of questions, go for first question, first option, try it. If it is not correct, go for the second option. Once again, test. If it is not correct, go for the third, like that. So that you can, yes, they are the different methods by which you can solve question. So next one, ranking. So next slide, please. Yes, ranking procedure. 50% of 12th board marks and 50% of your CET marks are considered for calculating your rank. This is the most important thing. Your annual marks are considered only in the case of CET exam to declare your rank, and your PUC marks are not at all considered for NEET or JEE. And therefore, your annual marks are also very equally important to score or to get a good rank. 50%, so it is from the annual, and 50% from the CET performance. And for engineering, your PCM marks are taken into account, and for veterinary and agriculture, PCB marks are taken. So therefore, here a student who is going to appear engineering, or yes, he have to concentrate physics, chemistry, math, and students who are interested in veterinary or agriculture, they should concentrate on physics, chemistry, and biology subjects. Yes, next. For engineering, in the case of equal marks obtained by 2 or more students, mathematics marks are considered first and then physics. What is the meaning of that? If the more than 2 or 3 students are scoring equal marks, then ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರು ಬಯಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ if the marks are same for 2 or more students, then comes their date of birth. Whoever is elder will get the highest rank. They are also the different strategies. And then next one. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 200 ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಉಂಟು. ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಕೋರಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ CET, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭವಿತವ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳನ್ನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು, ಮೈಸೂರು ಆಗಲಿ, ಮಂಗಳೂರು ನಂತಹ ಹಲವು ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳು ಉಂಟು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Sir, Gopal Krishna sir, I think you have covered, sir, in the KCET how the strategies to work out, and as well as easy techniques you have shared, and also the calculation of rank. I think that was the question yesterday. Many have asked the question. I think how they decide, calculate the rank. I think very useful. The information or insight you have shared, sir. I think one question already they have shared, sir, that they are asking for how the negative markings are. Is there any negative marking in CET? The question they asked.
Sir,
ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ.
ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, 20 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Okay, all right sir. So thank you sir. Probably few more we will take it after a few minutes, sir, after the next presentation. And now we have presentation. I think many the top institutions in the world, they recruit one who clear this test, and this examination is considered as the toughest in the world, even compared to US and European countries what they conduct. So that is the IIT, so Indian Institute of the Technology. So about that IIT JEE, about that exam, to throw light on, I have a scholarly person, Mr. Antri Mallikarjun. Over to you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, we can hear. Yes, Mr. Mallikarjun.
Yeah.
Please.
Please slideshow, sir.
Mr. Jayanand.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ready, Mr. Mallikarjun. Yeah, please.
Yeah, actually, most of the parts our Ankush sir and Gopal Krishna sir has given already information. And for all the competitive exams, this thing pattern will go. And I will throw little light that extra part which is required. Please proceed, sir. Dayanand sir. So why JEE exams are tough? Next, proceed, sir. You keep on going on. I'll say stop. And you have students have doubts these questions, what books you have to read, how to practice questions, how to manage time, how to remember so many things, and how to prepare for JEE. And this preparation, especially, before going to talk further things, just go through this advanced 2018, JE Advanced 2018 analysis. We will see, just we will have some idea what exactly. See, the topper scored only 337 out of 360 marks. The JE Advanced conducted in 2018 had 360 marks, but in that 360 they could not score 330, 360. The first ranker got 337. Next, sir. So he scored 117 out of 120 in physics. Keep going, sir. Then, sir, you complete that slide.
Yeah.
Then I will. Oh, yeah, please. So you can see here marks I am sharing it. So it's 117 marks in physics and 114 in chemistry, 106 marks in mathematics. You can observe that they have done very good scores, the topper. And the next female candidate also, you can observe, generally people have some thought that girls can't do these things. Even the girl topper also scored 318. That is a very good score. 117 marks in physics, equivalently scored 108, 109 in chemistry. I think 92 in mathematics. So you can that score 318, if you observe, that is a top rank 6, less than 10th rank. So here, how many students has appeared? 1,52,000. In that one, how many students got qualified? If you observe, 26,000. After writing JE mains, they will go for JE advanced. How many students has appeared means 1,52,000 appeared. Now among these 1,52,000, 26,000 candidates are qualified. Then total seat capacity in IITs in that time 2018 was 11,279. And some supernumerary seats are there. So overall, some 12,000 seats will come. In that one, if you observe, though even though they qualified it, but all people will not get seats. Different category wise, they will have a ranking. So the people will get. We will look into common merit list basically. If I get a rank of say less than 1,000, definitely I will get into seat during the 2018. So we will proceed. Nothing has changed till now. This year also we will expect the same thing. Next, sir. Please, Dayanand, sir. Yeah, proceed, sir. Proceed. Next. Now observe here. This important thing here. Common merit list ranks you observe. Here, first rank, second rank, third rank. And category wise also you observe. Here, open category for female, criminal, of course, sixth rank you can observe. The rank list you observe first, second, third, sixth. This belongs to open category. Now, OBC category, even though fourth rank, you observe common merit list is fourth rank. The first ranker under OBC category is now fourth category, fourth rank in the common merit list. Then SC category, if you observe, even though first rank in SC category, so you can clearly see that in the top 100 or 200 only, even category wise ranks also coming, which means all people are performing equally well. That I want to point here. So those who are in category, I will get category wise, those leave it. As a student, you have to be confident on what you are doing. So don't bother about the category list, common merit list, and toppers will remain toppers. Next, sir, Dayanand, sir. Hello. Yeah. Here you can observe criteria for selection of basically this common merit list, how they have taken. In each subject, if they have secured minimum 10%, then they are eligible to be in the merit list. And overall aggregate, if you look into it, 25% if they take, then they are in the merit list. Overall, they should score 25%, minimum 10% in each subject. So basically 10, 10, 10, if they take 30%, they have to clear common merit list. And if they qualify 40%, next slide, I will show how many marks also they should score so that they want to be in the merit list. So this point, the first one I want to see. So 10% in each subject they should score, and 25 to 30% they want to score to be in the merit list. But actual merit list will change. Next slide, sir. Here you need to see common merit list, what are the scores, least scores they have got, and also what is the maximum score. Rank 1 common merit list got physics 170, chemistry 114, 106 we have seen already, 337 is the top marks. But common merit list, last rank who has secured, who got into the qualified list, has secured only 33 marks in physics, 22 in chemistry, 35 in mathematics, total 90 marks. Those who scored above 90 marks, so out of 360, 90 marks is the 25%. So those who have scored more than 25%, they got selected. So 1/4 of the total marks, if you get in common in JEE Advanced, then you are selected into the selection list. But 90 marks is not sufficient to get a seat under common merit list. That I will show in the next slide. Please, next slide, sir. Yes. One more, sir. Yes, wait here. Now observe here. So in the first column, you can observe CRL, that is common rank list, 101 up to 1001 I have sharing with you. For first rank got 337 marks, 1001 rank got 213 marks. Out of 360, if you score more than 213, you will be in the top 1000 people, top 1000 rank. But if you secure 126 marks, the next column, if you observe, 11,000 rank, 11,001 rank you got for 126 marks. So which means out of 360, if a student secures or 126 or 127, they will definitely get a seat in IIT, because we got some 12,000 or 13,000 seats. Some students will go for under NEET, under JEE mains. So if you secure 126 marks, definitely I will say you will get a seat under, and in one IIT. I cannot say guarantee that IIT Bombay computer science, but some definitely will get one seat for you in IITs, one among the 17 IITs, you will get it. So to secure 126 means nearly how much percentage? Out of 360 students, please calculate, you can just check it, 360 by 120, some 33% you can say, like board exam pass marks. If you get here also pass percentage, you will secure a seat. And also you can observe here one distribution curve we have given, I have shared with you, which is again, this is JEE Advanced 2018 one only. If you see here, the people scored more than 200 is very, very few. More than 100 is also few, but less than 100 you will see a peak. More people have been secured. Hope this point followed, because for the students that if people think that you have to answer all the questions, no, we don't need to solve all the questions when you are preparing or when you are writing exam. You need to remember that to get JEE Advanced seat, if you score more than 35%, definitely will get a seat. That is important point we need to follow after seeing these results. This is not only fixed for this year. Most of the years I have seen, this is the following thing. Please, next slide, sir. So one second, just physics marks also I have shared with you. You can observe there. We want 10% to be qualified. 10 in 120 means 12 marks, that also peak. But those who are securing more than 50, that also you can see less marks only. Yes, sir. The similar pattern will follow for chemistry and mathematics. Move, sir. Further move, sir. Chemistry, next one. Next you can proceed, sir. Because of time lag, we will move few things. We can skip. Now I want this diagram to be followed carefully. Those who prepare, because JEE mains level, JEE Advanced, 2 levels will be there. Here, this graph is shared on x-axis, that is horizontal one, is JEE mains score. Then on the vertical axis, y-axis, those marks for corresponding marks scored by those candidates for JEE Advanced. If you observe here, cutoff I have told, if you score more than 127, sir, can you put 2 more forwards? Just you will have 2 lines coming. You can observe that horizontal blue line I have made it, which will be the criteria for selection. So those who scored above that marks And you can observe another line also I have drawn like light pink color. So light pink color, you can see proportionality is there. Those who score generally good in JEE mains, they are scoring generally good in JEE advanced also, because most of the students are serious, they do that. But those some people definitely those are scatterers that we no need to bother, extremes they are going. But in general, those who prepare for JEE mains, they only good for JEE advanced also. Thank you, sir. Proceed, sir. So now, of course, this slide already Ankush sir told that 5% part. I hope all of you remember for any exam here. Please proceed, sir. Few more. Right. So wait, sir, here. So JEE means like any other competitive exam also, it is a part of elimination process. We need to select only very few people. So if you score more than 70%, you will be in the top 1000 rank for JEE mains, JEE advanced, you will get it. So that point keep in remember, like a student, if it plans for 40% minimum to score, and they will increase their percentage by practice to 70% in their preparation wise. Maybe day one by they seeing the question paper, they may not solve, get 70% or 50%, that I will come to point again. So this keep in mind for JEE students, but you need to secure 70%. From 40 to 70%, if you secure, you are securing a seat. If less than 40%, doubtful. More than 70%, you will be top 1000 rank. You are God blessed. Next one, sir. So yeah, please. So I want for all the students, so what do you mean by learning? It is not just listening and reading. I want you to feel this whenever you listen or read something. First thing, you have to understand the concept, then analyze the things, what is given, what are the things we are talking, is there surrounding us these things happening. Then we have to recall or remember those information, whatever we understood, we analyzed, then we should able to apply. This is standard thing for learning. In our learning of science, it is a systematic attempt to understand natural phenomena around us, and in all possible ways, whatever the basically I have mentioned here, in as much depth and details we should know, and use that knowledge so that we can predict, modify, control phenomena. Today we are using mobile phones, laptops, and even vaccines, whatever we are delivering because of this scientific approach towards the learning. Next, one more is there, sir? One more. Yeah. So basically, in all these competitive exams of engineering or medical, what these people are expecting? Does the student have this approach? Scientific method involves several interconnected steps, systematic observation, controlled experiments, qualitative and quantitative reasoning, mathematical modeling, prediction and verification, falsification of theories. So does a student, when he or she becomes a doctor or engineer, are they using these things? Are they experiment? Are they quantify the things, the observations made? Is there any scientific approach for that? So now you can see recently the corona vaccine came yesterday, they have released it. Now people say that if some people, those who are not in science field, they will say they will have doubts whether it will work or not. But that has been scientifically verified and given to the people. So that part we need to accept it from this scientific approach. Next, sir. Right. Yeah. Here about the syllabus. So I'll tell to my students are generally board syllabus, CET syllabus, NEET syllabus, JEE mains syllabus, JEE advanced syllabus. There is no separate syllabus one. All depends only on your NCERT. 95% will be same because in JEE advanced less topics will be there. Few topics are not there. Example, semiconductor, electronics, and communications are not there. So 95% will remain same. Board syllabus is same as mains syllabus, and also it is same as JEE advanced syllabus. So by preparing 95% or board syllabus, you will definitely score 70% of the JE advance. It is not that 5% will differ your ranking. So don't bother about the 5%. If you stick to board syllabus, then it is done that same syllabus for all these things, all these competitive exams. And you can download, or most of the syllabus they will provide in these papers, especially in your books, the materials in each reputed material, all the people will put these materials. If you take physics book, you will have the physics syllabus available. If you take a chemistry book, their chemistry syllabus will be there. No need to go for separate things. And here, importantly, syllabus you can no need to download also. Basically, in books they will provide whatever the teacher teaches. That is also generally they will restrict themselves to teach what is required. So you should believe in the teacher. I prefer you should, whoever the teacher, first believe in the teacher. That is most important. And talk to them, get doubts clarified. Then coming to the level of difficulty of these questions. So level 1, I will say, they are knowledge based, fact based, single concept, single formula substitution, easy questions. Now level 2, two concepts, two formulas will involve. So you have to do substitution for two parts. Level 3, multiple concept, compound one, more than two formulas will involve. It is like a complex situation. Level 4, advanced level. You may require to think beyond your textbook, notebooks when we teach you. Now in this one, JE mains, what level of questions will come? JE advanced, what level of questions? Generally, JE mains you will get level 2 questions 30%, level 3 questions 50%, level 4 advanced level questions 20%. You can see JE advanced level 2 you will get some 5% less in weightage, level 3 35%, level 4 60% of the questions. Why JE advanced you got 70% itself makes that one, means because advanced level questions are more. Next one please. Yes. Now timeline, it is very important for you, how to prepare, how to plan for your timing. First PUC you will have from July to February, then second PUC for June to March. So for first PUC you spend 8 months time, and second PUC will spend 10 months time. In between first PUC and second PUC, March, April, May, 3 months will be there with you. And April you will have JE mains, and May finally general timing I am giving, not for this cycle. Generally people will have this much time for them who are preparing. So what is the time available? So here you can observe. In generally, if you join a coaching center or any regular classes, college, if you are going, just 6 hours of listening or reading will happen in general. 6 hours of teaching you will face. So 6 hours you have listened, you have attended the campus. Now 2 hours you have to revise. For 6 hours, 2 hours you must revise. That revision I'll tell you back how to do for that day. Then 4 hours of practice at home or homework. Then 7 hours of sleep, as clearly Ankush sir mentioned, a very good sleep is required. So I also follow that. 7 hours is very must. And 5 hours you will have still with you people out of 24 hours. If you look at it, you can eat, talk, fresh up, and you can play. You can, of course, some people will travel journey from college to campus. That also you can home to campus traveling. It is also important, the time. So all over, if you observe, 12 hours for your day preparation, you have to consider. The rest of 12 hours, 7 hours you are sleeping, 5 hours rest of the hours, yes, you are engaged, you are disciplined. Whether you attend or not, one important point you people have to remember: if one day you miss the college, no problem, you should not miss the revision 2 hours. I'll say revision is the big weapon or powerful weapon for any student to crack any competitive exam. Yesterday you have learned something. If you don't revise for 1 month, definitely you will forget. Whatever you have spent that 6 hours or 7 hours of learning part, you have just dumped it in the dustbin without any help, without any logic. So I say you must follow the revision religiously. Whether you go to toilet or not, I don't bother, but you should follow the revision. That is very important. That is the importance. Even with, see, if people don't have lunch, no problem, you will stay for 6 hours, 7 hours. But if you have the trouble of stomach, then you have to go within an hour. So such an importance is there for excretion. The same way, revision is even more important to retain the knowledge. You have gained something, please revise, revise, revise. That is the, I'm stressing it because I say religiously follow revision. You will make success like anything. Next, further, you see, I am considering here, just go back, sir, go back, please. Please go back, sir. I am considering like an average student. I am not considering a serious student who is like a marathon, they will make 50 kilometers run. I am considering a average student. So 12 hours of preparation, 6 days a week. In 4 weeks, how much they can learn, how much time they are spending. 6 hours into 24 days. Basically, in a month, I am considering you have some 4 Sundays, you are dropping it. Another 2 days or 3 days, you are dropping it. But 24 days in a month, if you are spending 6 hours for listening, 2 hours for revising per day, 4 hours for your practice. So you are getting overall 144 hours in a month for listening, 48 for practice, 96 for your practice. Right, sir. Next one. Right. In this one, again, I'm considering here for an average student, 2 months for your board exams, practicals, like you will be having many exams conducting in the campus. So board exams are there, practicals are there. I need to spend some time there. Yes, definitely. So I'm leaving 2 months for them completely in your way of going from 8 months preparation is there for first PUC. In that 8 months, 2 months you have dropped. Now for first PU students, how much time is available for their practice or revision? Each subject I am talking, 32 hours will be there for each month for revising. Into 6 months are there, sorry, 32 hours of practice and 6 months will be there for each subject. 96 hours we have speak for practice, 96 hours of practice for 1 month for all the subjects. In that one, basically you are practicing 3 core subjects, maths, physics, chemistry. In that one, 32 into 6 months, if you do 192 hours you are getting. In that one, 60 hours you have to spend on level 1, so that you will have confidence on basics, that is fundamentals will be strong. The 60 hours will make your fundamentals more strong. And level 2, if you practice in the first PUC for 130 hours, if you solve 10 questions for 1 hour, so hardly 6 minutes one question, if you, that is of board level 2 concepts, you can do it by listening, following. If you are confident on level 1, definitely will do 10 questions initially for level 2. So 10 questions, if I consider also 1300 questions you will solve for each subject by the end of your first PUC. So 1300 questions means you have covered 85% of JEE mains syllabus already. Next, in the March and May, up to March to May, if you observe, I'm changing now timetable because you no need to go for college. 6 hours practice you have to do and 3 hours you have to do revision. This practice questions now you have to do is level 3 and level 4. Level 3 and level 4, where do we get? Previous year questions you can take, exemplar problems you can take, or the coaching which you are attending, they will provide the book. In that one, level 3, level 4 will be there. If you practice 6 hours a day and 3 hours of revision, that is each subject 2 hours you can do it, you will have, how many hours are possible in those 3 months? You can observe each subject will get 150 hours. Again, 10 questions if you consider, definitely by solving level 1, level 2, 130 hours or total 190 hours, you can solve. I will guarantee that 10 questions you can solve in 1 hour for JEE mains level, level 3, level 4. So total you can solve 1500 questions by the end of May. By the end of entering your second PUC, you have already learned 2800 questions from first PUC itself for each subject. So that makes that covered all the levels of your first PUC preparation. Then coming to the second PUC, where you will have 10 months of board. In that one, again, 2 months I am dropping for your board exams. Regular exams will be happening, monthly exams or quarterly exams, and practicals will happen. So 2 months I am dropping for them. Now you are left with each 8 months. Again, in those 8 months, 2 hours, 32 hours for each month we will get for each subject. So 256 hours is possible. In this 256, again you need to solve for second PUC syllabus 56 hours for level 1, 120 hours for level 2, and 80 hours for level 3. Now itself we have to plan, because you will be getting March afterwards. You will have only less than a month for your final examination. First year you are already learnt. Second year you have already mostly possibly 80 hours you have spent. You made it thorough. Now by these many hours, next one, sir. So by this you can observe 1900 questions you can solve for second PUC. First PUC, second PUC together, you have solved more than near to 5,000 questions. You got it. April, again May you will get second PUC. So that makes you this April and May. April you will be solving for mains exam. May you will be preparing for JEE advanced exam. If you spend this time once again, you will have some more questions for practice. You will definitely get success in exams. Remember here, I have dropped many days for your Sundays. I have dropped every month. I have dropped 6 days. I am expecting average student should work and secure near to 60 to 65% in JEE advanced, so that they will get a very good seat in the final one. This is possible for most of the students, average students. If they are very advanced level, definitely they will secure more than 75%, 80% or 90%. They will reach some top rank also if they follow this method. Next one, sir. Of course, these points already different. Both sirs, Gopalakrishna sir, Ankush sir mentioned. Stick to limited number of books. Even I emphasize the same thing. And you first follow the class notes. Whoever teaches you, respect them and follow that notes first. Then you must solve NCERT questions and exemplar problems. Whether you read textbook or not, for physics especially, I don't recommend physics textbook to read, but I recommend questions to be answered. But other subjects, definitely maths and chemistry, biology, you read NCERT, they're well good. But physics, I do personally say no, because the content is not that much clear. Better you read your teacher approach. Teacher will help you more better way. And also, of course, I mentioned previous year questions should be solved. These things, where do you get it? Definitely any good coaching center will provide those. All these things will be covered. Or some publishers, even sir mentioned that, Ankush sir also, even any book you can take from any branded ones, you will get it. All those things covered. I'll suggest again, once again, your teacher will be the best to suggest for you, because they will be with you for the next 2 years. Hence, they will be ready with you that book. They are familiar with that book. You bring a new book, then where the mistake happen, you might not have time for them to give. They have to give you some time to see into the question. If they are familiar with that book, then definitely they will help you readily. So ask your teacher and take certain suggestions and before you buy the books. Right, next. Right. So this is most important one, whether you are writing any type of exam, learning pattern. This is a revision schedule I have planned, because day one, observe carefully, day one, for every 1.5 hours of listening or reading, for every 1.5 hours of listening and reading, you should revise on that day 15 minutes. 15 minutes revision you have to do. So then second day, this yesterday's class you have to revise for 5 minutes. That is second day. Third day you have to revise the first day's concept in 3 minutes. That will happen because you read continuously or in touch. 3 minutes will happen. Fourth day, again you require 3 minutes for revision of this 1.5 hour class. Fifth day, 2 minutes you require. Sixth day, again 2 minutes. So for 1.5 hours, I am expecting from a serious student on day 1 50 minutes, day 2 5 minutes, day 3 3 minutes, day 4 3 minutes. So overall, in 6 days, 30 minutes you are giving for revising this 1.5 hours. But you are not giving 30 minutes on the single day. You are stretched it so that you will be touched with 6 days. Then your memory will be sharpened. In memory, it will fix. Deep memory, it will go. Like that, if you observe, say for example, physics or chemistry, any subject, one subject, if you take 1.5 hour class, it will happen. You require 30 minutes. You have allotted 30 minutes for one subject. For 1.5 hour, I have 30 minutes, total 6 hours. You got 2 hours for revision. I said revision is most important. On this one, I am emphasizing how you have to do. First day, you got only 1.5 hour class happened. So first day revision is only for 15 minutes. Second day, you got one more session added. Yesterday's for 5 minutes, today's 1.5 minutes. So 20 minutes, 15 minutes, total 20 minutes. Now third day, if you observe, today's 15 minutes, yesterday 5 minutes, day before yesterday 3 minutes. You got 23 minutes of revision done. Like that, if you see, on sixth day, you will got 30 minutes fully engaged. Seventh day when it comes, seventh day when you got, the first day one you have to drop, the last 6 days you have to revise. Eighth day, if you observe, first 2 days you will drop, last 6 days you will revise. How much time you require? For today's 15 minutes, yesterday's 5 minutes, day before yesterday 3 minutes. So you will be in touch with the continuously. So your memory will be strong. You will remember everything without any difficulty. Right? And finally, so you will have anyway monthly exams or practice exams you will be attending. So those practice exams, as Gopal Krishna sir suggested, you will be attending. You will look into weak areas on a regular basis. Monthly, once you attend, you take a series. Of course, coaching centers will definitely conduct. After attending the exam, please review the questions what you got it. Once you review where you have made the mistake, you have to correct it. But most of the students that they don't follow, we have written exam, that's over. No. After finishing your exam, your performance should be analyzed by you alone. Then only you will improve because you know the things. Next slide, sir. Of course, this depends upon the ability of the students, how they will perform. I said the level 1 in a minute, you can solve 2 to 4 questions. Level 2, 10 questions in 1 hour in the first month. As you proceed, if you follow, your ability will increase, and 20 questions in 1 hour in 5 months you will achieve. 30 questions of level 2 questions you can answer in 1 hour in a period of 8 months, that you will get it. Once you are solved these questions, yes, you are confident. If you are not able to solve, then you have to recheck that concept. If there are any misconcepts, you have to revise, underline, highlight, make a short notes, as other teachers has mentioned already. And finally, revise tough questions at the end. On the level 3, level 4, initially when you are solving in the month of March, February, May, you will be solving 20 questions as well. Once you achieve that, definitely success will be yours. Next slide, sir. Right. So all I will say, short up. So information you got it, what to prepare, how to prepare. With this, I thank you, because success is yours if you follow these things.
Okay. So Mallikarjun sir, so I think it's a detailed the plan you have given to all our students. Probably this is very useful for even parents and as well as the staff, the faculty, those who are attending. I think even marks matrix, it is very useful, and as well as the reservation part also. I think couple of questions asked about reservation, even that I could see, and statistics also. It has made it very clear what are the myths. I think thank you so much. And one question. I think prior to that, Miss Shobha has appreciated, absolutely meticulously worked. Thank you, sir. I think that shows your presentation so well you presented. And the question from Master Harsha has asked, can you give me the timetable for JEE 2021 examination and cutoff marks in JEE? These two points he wished to know, Master Harsha.
Yes.
Yes.
2021, he want to prepare. Since we have short of time, I'll suggest you should be focusing on NCRT exemplar books and previous year question papers. These two only you have to stick. Don't go beyond that anything. Especially if you go for previous year questions, last year and previous year you will have nearly 16 plus 16, some 32 papers will be there. You work on them and look into timetable. Anyway, generally the student knows where they are very good. I'm very good at mathematics, I'm very good at physics, I'm very good at chemistry. Which one you are? That part you have to finish in shortest time. Then next level, maybe next easy one you have to prepare. Then you go for tough one, because short of time I cannot push you for the tougher one more time now. I cannot buy here time. So prepare for the easiest one more now in this short of period of time, because all I want is now 40%. If I score overall, I can get into it. So for that, whichever easy, I will score more marks than the next level. And cutoff scores, if it comes this year, I'm expecting out of 300, again, 30 to 40% you expect. That is the best deal. In that zone, it will be there. Hope Harsha got it.
Ravi sir just lost the connection. Pramila madam, can you just continue it? Pramila madam, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You are not audible. Unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Actually, here also I have some network issues, so I'm just probably it may disconnect at a point of time. So I'm thinking of. Uh,
Sir.
oh.
Okay, sir.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Participants, do you have any question?
Yeah.
If you have any question, just put it in the chat box, okay? Yeah, Ravi sir just joined now.
Okay. So sorry, I think okay. The thanking all the few thanking note, and Dr. Usha, she has given very good appreciation for all the speakers. It's okay. So now I think we have come to an end. Before concluding, I think that Gopal Krishna sir, one question they have asked: how many questions they have to answer to get the good rank? Like that, one question has come. Hey, get to get the rank. How many questions to be answered in CET? Any related to this? Any clarity can we give, sir?
Sir, from first PUC, usually 15 to 17 questions to be asked in each subject.
Okay, sir.
And then remaining questions are asked from second PUC.
Okay.
And therefore, they have to concentrate on both the first PUC and second PUC parts, but
Okay.
they have to depend more on the second PUC syllabus.
Okay. So
And
fine,
then,
sir.
yes, if they score more than 160 out of 180 in
Okay,
CET,
sir.
then they are considered. It is considered to be a very good numbers.
Okay, okay, okay. So that's really good, sir. I think a very good feedback I am getting, the right feedback from all the participants. And let me conclude, sir. Now it's time to conclude. So very first, the first speaker, Mr. Ankush Naik, he spoke about I think 4 P's. This is the takeaway from his session. I think all the participants, the students, you need to that take these 4 P's, that plan, prepare, practice, and perform. I think with this, and common mistakes also he highlighted, and many questions were asked, and in the chat box sir has answered. Hope it is clear for all the participants. Because of due to some emergency, he has left. Yes, he had informed, and he has left in the beginning, in the few minutes back. In his absence, I would like to thank Mr. Ankush Naik for his wonderful presentation with a round of applause. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. And the next part is our the most senior, the blessed seasoned teacher, Gopal Krishna sir. Sir Gopal Krishna sir, so with a short and sweet, and you have covered in a nutshell how they should prepare for KCET strategies, easy techniques, and calculation, how they calculate the rank, and a few questions asked. Rightly you have answered. I think your experience helped us to know more about this CET. So big thanks to you, sir, on behalf of the Mangalore Academy. Thank you so much, sir. And a big round of applause. Thank you so much. And moving on, related to IIT, the IST is the toughest examination. So the Mallikarjun sir has cleared this, and he has given detailed, I think many that feedback it shows, the detailed, and the way you presented with the statistics and even the reservation, all the planner, it was wonderful. The time management, how they should work out the time, and it is not a tough examination. You have made it clear. So nice, sir. And big thanks from Mangalore
Thank you,
Academy
sir. Thank you for the
for you,
opportunity.
for your wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you so much. And moving on, the secretary of Abhideep Foundation, Mr. Mohan Kumar is here. Thank you, Mr. Mohan Kumar, for your wonderful the presentation. And Dr. Pramila, the trustee of Abhideep Foundation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And other team leader, our Mr. Prabhakar T. Prabhakar T. Thank you so much, sir. Prabhakar sir, for all your support. Thank you. Thank you so much. And moving on, Mr. Prasad Reddy, so IIT, senior IIT faculty, and all my faculty, the team. I have Mr. Kantaraj sir, and as well as Professor Nagaya sir, and as well as Mr. Mahadev Swami, my chemistry faculty, and as well as Miss Nevia De Costa. She is also present, and all other the luminaries, those who are present. Big thanks to you all for joining. And Dr. Ushavati Shetty ma'am, thank you so much, madam, for your presence and encouragement. Very supportive words. I think future we will collaborate more, and then we'll take it to the next level. And I thank all my the parents, esteemed parents and students, for your presence and valuable feedback today. And also, finally, not last but not the least, Mr. Vijayanand. Vijayanand team, thank you so much, Mr. Vijayanand team and team, for your good support. Good support. And dear the participants, the YouTube link given in the chat box. So you please copy down, or you can take the screenshot, copy down, and you can watch later. And this is from Mangalore Academy. It's a premier institution for the IIT, CET, and as well as NEET. And for commerce students, of course, the chartered accountancy, and as well as CS, and many more. It is coming up, and we are happy to have you in this session. Once again, big thanks to all for your the time and the presence, gracious presence. Thank you so much. So we'll signing off now. So thank you once again. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shall I close the meeting, sir?
Yes, Mr. Jayanand. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi Kumar, sir.